Hey guys, today we are going to be carving pumpkins. We are going to do a Q&A about our relationship and being married.
I like carving pumpkins. It's our yearly pastime. We do it pretty much every season.
Yeah, so it's fun. We've done it since we were in high school. Now we're married, so it's fun. Over. Our dogs are wanting to help us, so if they're in the video, that's why. What's the best thing about being married?
I don't know, like life, just living it with someone and being able to hang out with someone all the time.
Yeah, I would say just getting to create a lot of memories with your best friend. Like always have someone there for you that you can count on. It's hard to answer it in a short way, I guess.
What's the hardest thing about marriage? Because it kind of goes along with what's the best thing. I don't know if there's any one specific thing that makes it like crazy hard, I guess.
Yeah, like there's sometimes just like random hard challenges that come up in your marriage.
Yeah.
That you have to work through. Like I don't know if we like our relationship specifically has like a certain hard thing that we constantly struggle with, but sometimes we'll have a certain obstacle that comes up.
Yeah.
That we have to face.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But that's the cool part about it also. Do we ever get tired of each other? I don't really get tired of each other. I just like to have my personal time.
Isn't that getting tired of each other a little bit?
No, it's not. I like to have my devoted time each day to do my own things. Because I'm naturally an introvert and I focus better on my own. And I feel like each day I just need time to myself to do stuff. But on the weekends, I'm fine spending like every minute with you. But if it's like during like a time where I'm like trying to get stuff done, I feel distracted because I want to do fun stuff with you, if that makes sense. But I'm not getting tired of you. If I could like have fun all the time, then I wouldn't be getting tired of you. But I feel like when it's times that I have to like get stuff done, I feel distracted, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So my answer is no, I don't.
Guess not.
I just choked it up. Wilbert, stop eating pumpkin.
I don't get tired of you either. It's funny because I feel like during the week, as soon as I'm done with what I need done, like my work, I'm happy to start spending every minute with you. Versus weekends, I actually have some like house projects or like working out or things I want to do, and I like don't need to be with you 24/7. Like I want to be, but you know, like I actually have things that I do on the weekends still.
But that's how I feel on the weekdays. It's like I have like a to-do list of what I need to do and everything.
I just forget about it.
And then like on the weekends, I'm like, this is like my time to rest. Besides maybe like laundry or something.
Hey, what are you chewing on now?
Well, Brandon tell Tatum if he doesn't like her hair or her makeup.
I've never really not liked it. She's really talented at doing it. She's been doing it like a long time. Like I feel like, you say you started makeup like really young. Yeah. So like, because she's always enjoyed it. It's like an art. So I've never like seen her makeup and been like, ugh, like, and had to lie. Like I've never had to. And I always like long hair, even if she does different styles, like straight, curled, up, down, whatever. It's all good with me. So like,
well, that's good.
If she like chopped all of her hair off, I would maybe lie and be like, yeah, it looks great. But
I would want to know.
Well, you can't just immediately grow it back, so I don't want you to feel that bad about it. But I don't think you would chop it off without like saying you were thinking about it. And I would be like, probably not. What is the best thing about getting married young?
I think creating all these amazing memories together that we can like look back on once we're older. Yeah. Instead of like creating them on your own or with other people, we're creating them together. Yeah. And like we wouldn't have lived together prior to being married, and I feel like there's a lot of memories that come from like being married and actually being around each other, like once you get home from work instead of going home like alone. Like like you have those like impromptu like let's go get milkshakes, fries, or like those are just like the most special memories. Finding a new show that you love and staying up way later than you should, and like just it's just all those things that like you build memories with someone versus alone. Yeah, the things that you do when you're like young. It's fun to experience that with your person. What was our favorite wedding moment? I really liked the vows, just like being officially married and having the venue and just like feeling like we were like royalty for the day together. Yeah, like, I don't know, it was just fun. Just like the whole day felt like a dream almost, and we felt like royalty. Yeah, the way like everyone treated us, everything felt like so magical. Yeah, I wish we could relive it. I know, but what is really cool is our venue is going to be a hotel and spa renovated. We can go back for our anniversaries coming forward, and I don't know how long that's going to take for them to renovate it, but it's like to be able to go back and spend time in that building and use the pool and like maybe go use the bowling alley again. And just like
I'm really looking forward to that. Like as soon as they're open for reservations, I'll definitely book our anniversaries there going forward. Did you all ever break up while dating?
I think it was our sophomore year of high school. We broke up for like a day.
Yeah, 24 hours, less maybe.
And then we got back together. He broke up with me. He didn't come to my dance competition last minute.
Yeah, and then she had to focus on the dance competition.
I don't want to focus on you not coming. I need to focus on
winning.
Yeah, on doing well at my dance competition and not like text you 24/7. So I just didn't text him all day. And so then he broke up with me. And I was like, what? And so then the next day at school, I still talked to him and I was like nice to him. And he was like, oh man, I made a mistake. She's actually being nice to me and not being mean to me. So then he like called me and was like, yeah, I made a mistake. Can we get back together?
Yeah. Which thankfully she answered. If I was her, I probably wouldn't have answered the phone. Yeah, it was an interesting time. It was one of those weird things where I learned early on, I mean, I learned a lot more since marriage, but of like how like selfish, like I think people tend to be, like myself, not saying her. It was one of those like, man, that's gonna be really late night. She's like, oh, 100%, like if you don't want to go, you don't have to go. But it was more so like, I would hang out with friends late at night still, so it really wasn't the late night excuse that meant me not going. It was like just an all day thing that I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. Sure, I'll just hang out with friends instead, and that was what was so like rude about it.
Plus, you had already committed like
I did.
The entire week, but then it was like the night before you like backed out, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like actually sad, but I wanted to be like understanding about it, like to you, because I thought something came up.
No.
Anyways,
it's all in the past.
Yeah, it's fine now.
But if you are a person who has different interests sometimes, as a couple, you can serve and love someone in a way by like showing up and showing out like every time. If you only do what you enjoy, you'll never get to know more about that other person, and like you'll never grow out of being a selfish person. Like honestly, the things that like I enjoy versus what she enjoys sometimes don't overlap, but I think some of what we've grown to like some of the things that we originally didn't like because we just showed up to do them anyways. Yeah. Like I didn't like coffee that much at first, but I like.
You like it now.
Yeah, and I genuinely like it now. Even if she didn't ask me to go get it, I would want it sometimes. But like it's, by going to get it to like be a good boyfriend or husband or whatever it was, like I've grown to love it.
Yeah.
Just show up and then you'll grow to love it because you love the person, and then you'll find what else you like about things too.
Yeah, plus it'll remind you of them.
Yeah.
Are you guys similar?
Not really. Yes? No?
Like, we are in some ways and then not in others.
We have similar life values, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, what we value in life is very similar.
Yeah.
But, like, personalities and hobbies aren't super overlapped.
Yeah. We agree a lot on certain topics and, like, our values. Yeah, like, our personalities are different.
Yeah. That's what's better, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the best way to like for your relationship to be, so you can like really be balanced together and complete each other.
Yeah, I agree.
So then you're not like arguing about different topics and stuff, but then you can like have fun together with your personalities.
One question was I nervous to ask Tatum's dad when I was asking for their blessing? I was like nervous, yes, because I've never had a conversation like that. Like I feel like your dad and I usually just talk about like sports or like just normal everyday life conversations, and it was like a serious one that was just out of my comfort zone to start because I didn't know how to transition. I'm super comfortable talking with both of your parents, but it was just like, how do I transition from just how are they doing, how their week's been, to like, by the way, I want to marry your daughter. But because it was just out of the blue and I asked to like meet up with them, it made it easier because like as soon as I was like, I'm pretty sure y'all know why I asked to meet up with y'all, and they were like, yeah, and then I like went on to it. It wasn't scary as soon as I finished saying the one sentence, I want to marry her and I just wanted y'all's blessing, and then they were super supportive, and I knew they would be. It was just hard to bring up, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was a good conversation. I left feeling more encouraged than like ever, probably, because they like talked about how much they like liked us together.
Did we ever date long distance, and if so, how did we handle it? So we dated long distance for 1 semester of college, basically. We went to different colleges and they were pretty far away. I was on a dance team and he would come to every football game to watch me and come to like my dance shows and stuff to support me, even though it was a long drive. And then if I didn't have like a football game that weekend where I was dancing, we would sometimes like meet halfway to have lunch. We were just like always prioritizing seeing each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's important. It's just like making time for each other in your schedules, even if it's hard, like with the drive or whatever, or if you have to fly, like you just kind of have to do that to make your relationship work. If you don't put in the time and the effort, it probably won't work out.
Yeah, I agree.
Or at least FaceTime them a lot, because it just won't work out most likely.
Yeah.
But then after that, I transferred colleges. We lived pretty close, but since we were both really busy in college, we only still saw each other like once a week.
Yeah.
So it still kind of felt long distance all throughout our 4 years of college, just because we both had really busy college schedules.
Yeah, at one point we worked like 3 jobs, and then I was just like always doing schoolwork and interning. And yeah, there was a phase of college that like that first semester, I feel like it was easier to like prioritize than when you move back.
Yeah, because when I moved back, we were like, oh yeah, I'm closer now, so
like we'll see each other.
We'll see each other. But then we honestly got busier because we were a little bit older in school, and so our schedules got busier with classes and then more priorities we had in school. But then we were going to different schools also, so we didn't ever see each other on campus.
Yeah.
So we were just like busier. And I lived like 40 minutes away because I lived in a different city, and so we like only ended up seeing each other like once a week on the weekends, or sometimes it would be even longer than that if we had stuff on the weekends with school. So it honestly felt like long distance, even though we lived like 40 minutes away from each other. Sure. When do you want kids? I don't want kids for a while. I just want to enjoy our married life for a few more years because we're still young. I have a few more goals that I want to accomplish before I have kids.
Yeah.
And we want to travel a few more years before we have kids. Obviously you can travel when you have kids, but it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's still just so much more time before we can have kids, and I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. Just because I think we got married, what people would say young, I feel like people usually expect when you get married, maybe you got married in your mid-20s, that you'll have kids within the first couple of years. But like we got married at like 21 and 22.
Yeah.
So like we weren't really in a rush to start a family beyond just us two.
Yeah, we're just ready to like enjoy like each other.
Yeah. And like people do travel with kids, but I have been told by many adults like oftentimes your trips turn into like glorified babysitting and less sightseeing for like what you actually can do with your free time.
Yeah.
Until the kids are like older. At that rate, I just feel really old. I don't want to start that yet.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love kids. Like I want them, and I'll be excited when they come. One question is, how do we handle hate comments? And I didn't really realize how much there are on YouTube until we started YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube is the worst place to get hate comments. Instagram, TikTok, all the other places of social media, like you don't get as much hate. But YouTube, for some reason, like a lot of people give hate comments. It's either hate or a lot of positive. It's like no in between.
Yeah.
It depends on the video. But I honestly think it's funny because I feel proud of like the videos we post. I don't ever feel embarrassed or like we're posting anything inappropriate or anything to be ashamed of. So when people post hate comments on our videos, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, or like
yeah.
I feel like it's just like people that are probably jealous or a little bit younger than us.
Or just haters that try to get the top liked comment by saying something witty.
Yeah.
But we hear very like not everyone who thinks they're creative really isn't that creative. Like we get similar comments of hate across like all of our videos. If there's like a few themes of them, I feel like, and everyone thinks they're so funny, and it's like at some rate like you're not creative anymore, and it's like annoying to see them too often. But it's not like it actually offends either of us.
It doesn't ever offend us. Like a lot of times I just laugh. I'm like, I've seen this comment so many times. I feel like people are just seeing comments and then commenting it again to, like you said, repeat it or try to get a lot of likes on their comment.
Sometimes I read them for entertainment. Like I'll go back to our more popular like videos and I'll go sort by like newest or like most popular comments and just read them to like laugh at. Oh, one of the hate comments is often like something if we're related or not. Like y'all look like brother and sister, y'all look like cousins. And we even got that a little bit in high school too. Yeah. So like it kind of is old at this rate. Like sometimes it's funny, but 90% of the time it's like, okay, we've heard that a million times. Most people I feel like who know us and like actually see us regularly can tell we look significantly different. We don't have any similar facial structures or anything. No. We just both have blonde hair and straight teeth.
Yeah, and big smiles.
Yeah, big smiles, blonde hair, straight teeth, and people are like, oh my goodness, you guys look related. But like we don't share like any real similarities.
Like we actually have like completely different like facial structures and I don't know, if you actually like see us in person, we look different.
All right, so we got our pumpkins carved for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Mine is okay looking, but yeah.
We enjoy doing the Q&As and telling y'all more about us. Anytime y'all have more questions, put them in the comments and we'll either answer them there or do another Q&A video later. But yeah, it's always really fun because I feel like y'all can connect with us more, just get to know each other and our followers better. So.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.